This is a short story created by me called Obby Noob Adventure. Enjoy. I was only a little boy and my name was Danny, but I didn't know my last name. I was only 13 years old and I was living in a horrible city with all broken buildings. I walked alone trying to find food, shelter, and clothing. I asked people if they could take care of me, but they all said no and threw me a bunch of garbage. Garbages were everywhere. I kept finding food and it was getting harder and harder to find food than before. I found 2 breads and I took it. After that, I saw 2 little boys begging me to give them food, and so I gave half of my 2 breads to them. "Thank you so much for giving me and my brother food, mister," he thanked me. I walked away from them and kept moving forward in a horrible garbage city. I usually call it hell because everything was broken, stinky, and scary looking. "Danny, look." Suddenly, a voice came out of nowhere and I didn't know who was that. "Who's there?" "I know I heard you, and please show yourself," I demanded. "I cannot show myself because I'm not here. It is just that my voice is here." "Who are you?" I asked. "I don't know my real name. I don't know who I am. But I do know there's a place where it is not hell. I know you've been through a lot, finding food and living many garbage, but if you get out of hell, you'll be in a clean place where it's easy to live happily." "Is that true?" I asked. "It is true. I promise that it will make your life great." "What should I do now?" I asked again. "Can you climb?" "If so, then you must try your best to search for something that can help you get out from the bottom of garbage hell." I searched for something that can help me climb up the building. I found a ladder and used it to get up the balcony of their apartment. But then there was a little kid standing on a balcony. "Who are you? Mama, someone's trying to sneak into our home!" He went somewhere and I was quickly searching for something to climb on. I found a bar handle, so I jumped and grabbed onto it. I continued to climb up and his mother showed up. "Get out of our property!" She threw garbage at me, and I was trying to get into another balcony and hoped that it was abandoned and safe to stay inside. Luckily, it was abandoned, but almost full of garbage inside. "If you come into our property again, I will kill you and bury you so no one will know that you exist!" His mother yelled. Of course, there was no policeman, and the police was anarchy. Because there were no laws and people were allowed to steal other stuff, kill others, do drugs, and other illegal activity. People threw a bunch of garbages and they didn't care because there were no rules and laws. Everything in the city frightened me and I wish that I can be in a safe, clean place where no one was certain to kill me. "No, do not fear, dear child. If you keep going up, I promise that up above is clean and safe. Right now, you need to rest. You've been through a lot. Just sit down and relax in this abandoned room," the voice said. "Thank you, whoever you are," I replied. Next day, I kept on climbing and on top of the roof was a small playground with 2 swings, 1 lever and 1 slide. "Child, do you remember when you first played in the playground?" the voice asked. I said that I don't. I looked up and up in the air it looked like an object that I can grab on. "Now, if you see something in the air, grab onto it and keep climbing to my heaven," the voice said. "I'm climbing to heaven?" I asked. "Believe me, you are," the voice replied. I climbed up on many objects that were anchored in the sky. I asked myself that is this real? After that, I saw one floating land with a winter biome up above me. It looked so beautiful. I reached it and landed on a floating island and the ground felt so mushy. "You're almost there to heaven and you've done excellent by climbing up. I'll insist you to relax here and later try to finish all the obbies. It's like when you finish cleaning the house. Everything is clean and comfortable so you can enjoy relaxing a lot," the voice said. When I lay down on the ground, It doesn't feel cold, and it feels like I'm on a very comfortable bed. What does obby mean? I asked. It is a short for obstacle course, and it means a person or thing that blocks one way to prevent you from reaching to your success, and you must fight against it. You're almost there to my heaven. Please try your best to get through all the obbies. After relaxing a lot, I climbed onto the ice tree and saw another floating island, but smaller. I tried to reach it, but I fell down into the bottom of the floating island with winter biome. I was crying and I felt like I can't do it. I can't do it. If I do it again, I might fall more and go back down to hell, I sobbed. I know it hurts to lose a couple of progress, and I know that's a deep frustration right there, a real punch in the gut. But keep trying. Don't let it get to you. You worked so hard to get here. Don't give up. I got up and climbed onto the ice tree again. The second try, I managed to reach to another floating island. It had a large playground and it looked familiar. You're very close to my heaven now. You could have refused and lived a bad life in hell, but you didn't. There was something in you that was hidden that chose to continue. It really means a lot to me that you come this far, endure this much, every insensitivity and the setbacks you've forgiven me. Now, there's a door to my heaven, far in front of you, the voice said. Thank you so much, whoever you are. I hope I'm not dreaming, I replied. When I was going to enter the door to heaven, the voice said stop. Wait, I remember now. I remember that I was your father who played with you in the playground when you were an early child. Your real name is Noob Danny. I know noob may be a negative name, but in my dictionary, it means that you can climb and can prove to everyone that you're a pro as a noob. I believe the name noob can't always be negative. I remember that my real name was short Danny, he said. I was surprised and felt loved. I do remember. I remember the city used to be clean, but people made it awful and it made me heartbroken. But now you came to save me from it, I replied. Before you go, I just want to say that I dedicate this for you, the one who came this far. I give it to you with all my love, and I love you.